Patience. The benefits of being a patient person. As virtues go, patience is a quiet one. It's often exhibited behind closed doors, not on a public stage. A father telling a third bedtime story to his son, a dancer waiting for an injury to heal. In public, it's the impatient ones who grab all our attention. Drivers honking in traffic, grumbling customers in slow moving lines. We have epic movies exalting the virtues of courage and compassion, but a movie about patience would be a bit of a snoozer. Yet patience is essential to daily life and might be key to a happy one. Having patience means being able to wait calmly in the face of frustration or adversity. So, anywhere there's frustration or adversity, i.e., nearly everywhere, we have the opportunity to practice it. At home with our kids, at work with our colleagues, at the grocery store with half of the city's population, patience can make the difference between annoyance and equanimity, between worry and tranquility. Patient people enjoy better mental health. This finding is probably easy to believe if you call to mind the stereotypical impatient person, red face, head steaming. And sure enough, according to a 2007 study by Fuller Theological Seminary professor Sarah A. Schnickler and UC Davis professor Robert Emmons, patient people tend to experience less depression and negative emotions, perhaps because they can cope better with upsetting or stressful situations. They also rate themselves as more mindful and feel more gratitude, more connection to mankind and to the universe, and a greater sense of abundance. Patient people are better friends and neighbors. In relationships with others, patience becomes a form of kindness. Think of the best friend who comforts you night after night over the heartache that just won't go away, or the grandchild who smiles through the story she has heard her grandfather tell countless times. Indeed, research suggests that patient people tend to be more cooperative, more empathic, more equitable, and more forgiving. Patience involves emphatically assuming some personal discomfort to alleviate the suffering of those around us. On a group level, patience may be one of the foundations of civil society. Patient people are more likely to vote, an activity that entails waiting for months or years for our elected official to implement better policies. Evolutionary theorists believe that patience helped our ancestors survive because it allowed them to do good deeds and wait for others to reciprocate instead of demanding immediate compensation, which would more likely lead to conflict than cooperation. In that same vein, patience is linked to trust in the people and the institutions around us. Patience helps us achieve our goals. The road to achievement is a long one, and those without patience, who want to see results immediately, may not be willing to walk it. Think of the recent critiques of millennials for being unwilling to pay their dues in an entry level job, jumping from position to position rather than growing and learning. In her 2012 study, Schnicker also examined whether patience helps students get things done. In 5 surveys they completed over the course of a semester, patient people of all stripes reported exerting more effort toward their goals than other people did. Those with interpersonal patience, in particular, made more progress toward their goals and were more satisfied when they achieved them, particularly if the goals were more difficult, compared with less patient people. According to the analysis, that greater satisfaction with achieving goals explained why these patient achievers were more content with their lives as a whole. Patience is linked to good health. The study of patience is still new, but there's some emerging evidence that it might even be good for our health. A 2007 study found that patient people were less likely to report health problems like headaches, acne flare-ups, ulcers, diarrhea, and pneumonia. Other research has found that people who exhibit impatience and irritability, a characteristic of the type A personality, tend to have more health complaints and worse sleep. If patience can reduce our daily stress, it's reasonable to speculate that it could also protect us against stress's damaging health effects. Three ways to cultivate patience. Reframe the situation. Feeling impatient is not just an automatic emotional response. It involves conscious thoughts and beliefs too. If a colleague is late to a meeting, you can fume about their lack of respect or see those extra 15 minutes as an opportunity to get some reading done. Patience is linked to self-control, and consciously trying to regulate our emotions can help us train our self-control muscles. Practice mindfulness. In one study, kids who did a 6-month mindfulness program in school became less impulsive and more willing to wait for a reward. Mindfulness is also a suggested practice for parents. Taking a deep breath and noticing your feelings of anger or overwhelm, for example, when your kids start yet another argument right before bedtime, can help you respond with more patience. Practice gratitude. In another study, adults who are feeling grateful were also better at patiently delaying gratification. When given the choice between getting an immediate cash reward or waiting a year for a larger $100 windfall, less grateful people caved in once the immediate payment offer climbed to $18. Grateful people, however, could hold out until the amount reached $30. If we're thankful for what we have today, we're not desperate for more stuff or better circumstances immediately. We can try to shelter ourselves from frustration and adversity, but they come with the territory of being human. Practicing patience in everyday situations will not only make life more pleasant in the present, but might also help pave the way for a more satisfying and successful future.